My name's Hilary Collins and this is Grafton Nursery.
I'm Steve Collins and I'm the other owner of Grafton Nursery.
Apart from Stephen and myself, we've got Charlie, who's our eldest daughter, and she's now got a daughter herself, Fern. And then we've got a small but perfectly formed team of horticultural specialists who grow our crop and are just as mad about eucalyptus as we are.
We specialise in eucalyptus trees. We grow one of the widest ranges in the whole of Europe.
We major for the gardening public on dwarf species and bushy species that they can manage in their smaller gardens. And our customer base is quite wide-ranging. We supply flower farmers, which are huge not only in the UK but also all over Europe. We supply landowners and farmers who want to grow trees for timber production and, more importantly, water attenuation on their land, particularly clay soils. We supply landscape architects with specimen trees, garden designers, and of course the general public. So although it's fun working in the nursery and being outside on sunny days, we do take our horticulture very seriously, and we're always looking for the best species to grow, the hardiest seed that we can possibly obtain from the antipodes, and the best growing methods to produce this crop, and then also convey that information to the gardening public so they can get the best results with their trees.
One of the questions we get asked the most is which is the ideal tree for my small modern town garden. We specialise in a whole range of smaller growing and dwarf eucalyptus species, particularly snow gums, that are really well suited to modern gardens. Our website has a massive amount of information about looking after your tree on a day-to-day or annual basis. The biggest thing, particularly in the first 2 years, is watering. You must keep the tree well watered. They come from Australia and everyone expects them to be drought resistant. They are once they're established, but the early stages you must remember to keep the tree watered on a daily basis, particularly during the hot weather, and surprisingly after hard frosts as well, because the soil will dry out, particularly in the pot. So it's just remembering it is an evergreen tree and it needs to have water all year round.
We're a research nursery. Not only do we research the crop, but we also been peat-free for over 10 years. We have compost made to our own special recipe. Our pots are made from a recycled plastic. They were invented for eucalyptus trees, but they're also made in this country, in Glasgow, from recycled shampoo bottle tops. They're fully recyclable. We harvest our own rainwater off the roofs of our buildings, and we use minimal spray chemicals. We're looking at using a lot more biorationales in the nursery. And then with our mail order business, we have bespoke cardboard packing cases made. All our strapping is recyclable. The pots are put in compostable bags, so everything is either recyclable or compostable. We've got quite an interesting stand planned for this year. I mean, it's a huge privilege being Master Grower, so we thought we need to do something really extra special.
We're hoping to go a little bit more overboard than normal, and we're going to do a range of not only the larger growing eucalyptus, but focusing on the smaller ones. Things you may not have seen before, things you wouldn't normally encounter in a garden centre. We do 65 different species, and we're going to try and bring along a representation of all of them.
People will have better access to our show stand this year, so they can experience the trees. I'm not going to say anything more than that. And of course my team and I will be available to give people help and advice on how to get the best out of their eucalyptus trees. So you'll have to come along and see.